fatal blow to Sussex. Whoopi Goldberg tears Meghan to shred for making women feel bad. Whoopi Goldberg has taken aim at Meghan Markle following the Duchess of Sussex's latest podcast comments. The View presenter, 66, seemingly accused the former Suits actress of making other women feel bad about their career choices on a recent edition of the American show, following Prince Harry's wife recalling her time on Deal or No Deal and admitting to having conflicting feelings about the experience. In the latest release from her Spotify podcast series, Meghan, 41, candidly discusses the way women are often labeled as bimbos with heiress Paris Hilton, with the mum of two reflecting on her time as a briefcase girl on America's version of the hit game show. The former actress begins her latest episode of her Archetypes podcast explaining how that while she was grateful for the opportunity at the time, she eventually quit her job on Deal or No Deal due to feeling like the focus was on how she looked, rather than her other attributes. Meghan explained how many of her female co-stars were funny, intelligent and insightful women, but the show had a very cookie-cutter idea about how the women should look and recalled how it was all about beauty and not necessarily about brains. Speaking on Wednesday's episode of The View, Sister Act star Whoopi took issue with Meghan's trip down memory lane and slammed her for speaking out about how she feels about her experience on the show. "Okay. I just wanna say that on that show, you had a suitcase, and they wanted to know, is this the deal you want, or this is not the deal you want," Whoopi began when discussing Meghan's latest podcast release. "I don't know that the people who are sitting there are thinking about you like that. They're thinking, I want the money." Whoopi, who was briefly suspended from The View earlier this year after making comments about the Holocaust, then went on to discuss Vanna White, a woman who has appeared on Wheel of Fortune for over 40 years. "The objectification might be coming from you and how you felt about how these women were being portrayed," Whoopi stated on Wednesday's offering from The View. "That's what you have to change because we're performers. When you're a performer, you take the gig. Sometimes, you're in a bozo suit, sometimes you got a big nose, and this is just the way it is." Whoopi's co-host mused how men very rarely are given jobs that focus on their looks primarily and praised Meghan for eventually quitting Deal or No Deal after realizing it wasn't the right job for her. "That's a great point," Whoopi admitted as the rest of the panel raised their points. Meghan Markle may not have gotten the chance to meet her Prince Charming in Prince Harry had it not been for her bimbo act on Deal or No Deal, which eventually got her major acting gigs, her former co-worker at the game show has said. Talking to Mail Plus, Meghan's fellow briefcase girl on the popular game show, Lisa Gleave, commented on the Duchess of Sussex's recent claims of feeling like a bimbo on the show, saying that she found her remarks insulting. Not just this, Lisa went in with her scrutiny of Meghan's comments, stating, "She, Meghan, was a struggling actress and I think if it wasn't for Deal or No Deal she probably wouldn't be where she is now." She added, "She might not have met Prince Harry, she might not have been cast on Suits." Lisa's comments come as many of Meghan's co-stars from Deal or No Deal have come out to refute her claims that girls were objectified on the show. Talking on her Spotify podcast Archetypes earlier this week, Meghan had said, "There was a very cookie-cutter idea of precisely what we should look like. It was solely about beauty and not necessarily about brains. I would end up leaving with this pit in my stomach, knowing that I was so much more than what was being objectified on this stage. I didn't like feeling forced to be all looks and little substance. And that's how it felt for me at the time, being reduced to this specific archetype," she further shared.